Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be speaking a little bit about some zero waste swaps that you can do completely free of charge. You don't have to go out and buy anything specifically to become more zero waste. Now my background has changed a little bit because I have rejigged my room around a little bit. Hopefully this is still alright. I'll give you a little sweet preview of it's not that different, it's basically the same. I've moved a couple things around anyway, so my background does look a little bit different. So as I was thinking about these things, I had initially come up with about 5 things that you can switch out to be a little bit more zero waste, a little bit less wasteful for free, but then they all kind of blended in together and I started thinking of like 101 ideas that all kind of are about the same thing. So this is roughly about 5 things. I'm just going to hop right into it. So let's start. So the first thing is mason jars. So over the past few years, mason jars and Kilner jars and all of those sorts of things have become increasingly popular and trendy, and especially part of the zero waste scene, as they're so versatile and they are made of glass, so they're eco-friendly and you can just do just about anything with them. You can store your food, you can store drinks, you can use them to drink out of. In fact, I do have a Kilner jar here which I use to drink my water just because it holds so much liquid. They became super trendy, but if you are on a budget and you are thinking about being more eco-friendly, you don't have to buy Kilner jars. In fact, I bought these a couple years ago now and find that although they are handy, I could also just use free ones as well. So I didn't necessarily have to buy those, and if I had to redo it again, I maybe wouldn't have bought them. Just because we have so many condiments and things that we buy that are stored in glass jars already, so I end up just upcycling those. So for example, olive jars, I'll rinse it out after I've used it, take the label off, give it a good wash and an air out, and then I'll store my loose leaf tea, my herbs and spices, my pulses and grains like my rice and my pasta and my beans in them. And it's a really great free way to go zero waste instead of buying yet another item. If you'd like a little look around my kitchen, I did film a video a few months back now, which I will link up here at somewhere up here, so you can have a look at how I store things in my cupboards. Another great item to use when you're transitioning to zero waste is to swap out your plastic cutlery for bamboo or wooden cutlery. This not necessarily at home, but to have it with you, so when you're out and you're offered a plastic spoon or fork, if you're eating at a market or something, to have your own bamboo one instead. A lot of these items are actually very cheap and very affordable, but these are options if you are on a very extremely tight budget, or you don't have any money at all, maybe you're young, but buying this new eco-friendly cutlery isn't necessary. You can just bring your own silver metal cutlery with you. So the benefit of having a wooden or bamboo is that it's lighter, but just having one fork in your bag isn't going to make the world of difference weight-wise. So just to bring around your own fork from your kitchen is going to be just as fine as bringing a wooden fork as well. The third thing I'm going to talk about is beauty products. So a lot of people, I find, when they discover the zero waste world, is to throw out all of the products that they're using and replace them with more eco-friendly products. I do suggest using up all of your products before you repurchase them, rather than just throwing them all to landfill, because that is a bit of a backward step and that is not going to be beneficial for the environment. And also, when you have finished with them and you don't feel like you have enough money to buy the eco beauty items that you want, maybe you opt for the cheaper things that aren't as eco-friendly, then you can swap it out for things that you already have in your house. I did an entire video on single ingredient skincare items that I personally use on a daily or weekly basis, which I will again link up here somewhere for you to have a look at. And it's a really great way to be zero waste and to spend zero money, because you will have things usually in your kitchen that you can already use, like coconut oil or almond oil or even olive oil to remove your makeup, and I use oats to wash my face. I just grind them up in a blender. I can use that to wash my face. There are tons more products that I have mentioned in that video, which I will link you to, and I will also put in the description box below to go and have a look. but that is a really great way to stop spending money on products. The same goes for cleaning products. You don't have to buy more expensive eco brands, although there are a lot of affordable eco brands out there as well that are actually cheaper than the mainstream ones. If you are not prepared to spend the money on that, you can just make your own as well, with things like lemons and limes and all sorts of citrus fruits, bicarbonate of soda, or baking soda if you call it in America, vinegar, white vinegar, apple cider vinegar. There are tons of products that you can use that you will already have in your house that are actually going to be a lot better at cleaning than the shop bought ones and even the eco ones. So for all these products, the beauty and the cleaning items, I would definitely suggest having a look around your kitchen, taking note of what you have, and maybe looking up a few homemade recipes. And generally you'll find that you will have most, if not all, of the ingredients already in your house, and you don't have to use heaps of it in order to make your products. So it's a really, really great budget-friendly and eco-friendly solution. Another eco-friendly and zero-waste item I've seen on the rise, especially on places like Pinterest, is bento bags, which are absolutely gorgeous and very useful as well, but some of them tend to be a little bit pricey. Now, you don't have to go out and buy those. They are basically just made from cloth, so I would suggest maybe upcycling an old t-shirt or tea towel and just tying up your produce or your snack or your lunch in that instead. Now, if you particularly like the shape of a bento bag, you can look up the sewing pattern for that and just cut out bits of your fabric and sew it up and make your own as well. If you don't have time for that, you can literally just grab a napkin, or a scarf is great. I personally have used scarves before, and they're great to just like bundle all of what you want in the middle of it and just tie it up in a big knot or a big bow, and you're good to go. So these have been just my top 5-ish things that you can swap out to be more eco-friendly and more zero waste if you're starting on your journey but you don't have the budget to replace with more eco-friendly things yet. A little disclaimer: more eco-friendly products don't necessarily have to be more expensive. In fact, a lot of the time they are much more affordable, especially in the long run, as they last a lot longer, many years longer than their non-eco-friendly counterparts. So this is just a video for those starting out and they're not really sure where to begin, and they're not sure where to spend their money and their budget. So these are just really simple, completely free, zero waste swaps, so you can start being more eco-friendly today, right now, in this moment, without having to buy something or wait for something to be delivered for you. You can just go and do it right now without even leaving your house. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you can think of any more items. There are just like 101. These are just my like top 5 that I could think of for absolute beginners. And yeah, share your tips and tricks in the comments below, and I make sure to read all of them and try to comment as many as possible. And I will see you guys in the next video. Okay.